Hello there, Jose Rodriguez. Today has been a super busy day. I've been making lots of videos that I hope you guys enjoy. I just discovered some new data. As you may be aware, I have been talking a lot about the Canon Pro 1000, and I really need to get one. And we're looking into all sorts of options for third-party support for it, and it's becoming more and more feasible. At first I thought it was going to be yet another dead end like the P800 seems to be at this point, but not so with the Pro 1000. I think it's going to go down the same road as the Pro 1. Single-use chips, we are going to be testing them. As soon as they are shipped to Precision Colors, they will do the testing. He's going to get a Pro 1000 and I will be getting one later on this year. But I recently reported about a behavior of the Pro 1000. It does not do the 60-hour, 120-hour and longer cleaning cycle system like the Pro 1, the Pro 10, the Pro 100, Pro 9500, Pro 9000 does and did and still will continue to do. This is a little bit different. This is done on an individual basis. I reported it was 0.3 ml of ink for every print done. That is wrong, and I'm here to retract my statement. But basically, I finally got some true data from a user who has a Pro 1000. Now, the Pro 1000 has the ability to record every drop of ink it uses, and you can actually access that information, which is wonderful for a commercial printer who's using a Pro 1000. That way they can track their printing costs, ink and paper and so on. So here is this very geeky bit of information for you, but I hope you enjoy it. The writer says, I have spent some time investigating what is going on under the hood regarding ink maintenance waste. Here are my findings. The printer has a timer that is zeroed on every print. It has at least 2 maintenance events I have found so far. First is how many hours from the last print power on maintenance. The second is how many hours from the last print before and after print maintenance. Executing power on maintenance does not clear any counters. If you make 10 power on and off in sequence, it will waste ink every time, no matter how much time there is from the previous power on off. Only a print resets the counter. Nozzle check is also a print, so it will reset the counter. Measure the power on wastage without printing, measuring it every day. Anyway, I told you it was going to be geeky. I think it's referring to having the printer off and then you power it on by pressing the button. That's why I always say leave your printers on. On after 0 to 4 hours. No wastage, 0 grams. After 4 hours of it being off, 0.11 grams. That's a few drops. After 5 hours, 0.15 grams. After 6 hours, 0.9 grams. After a 24-hour period of it being off and then powering it back on, 1 complete gram. And that is among the 12 cartridges. On after 2 to 3 days, 2 grams. After 4 days, 3.2 grams. Now here are the numbers for printing after different periods of time from the last print, and this pertains to the printer being steadily on. These numbers do not include the 0.05 grams that are flushed after every single print, and it is mandatory. So remember I said it was 0.3, it turns out to be 0.05 grams. Again, that's what, 5/10ths of a gram? Yeah, I think so. No, 5/100ths of a gram. Yes. Boy, I need to go back to school for math. So Let's repeat that. These numbers do not include the 0.05 grams that are flushed after every print and are mandatory. Okay, a print after 0 to 6 hours, 0 grams. A print after 6 hours, 0.9 grams. A print after 12 hours, 1 gram. 24 hours, 2 grams. 2 days, 2 grams. 3 days, 3.17 grams. And after 11 days, 3.3 grams. This guy has done some ridiculously meticulous recording of this information. On every print, the printer weighs 0.05 grams, not the 0.3 grams as widely spread information in forums. And I was guilty of that. Maybe it used to be 0.3, but not any longer. Normal cleaning cycle is 8.2 grams. So if you need to run a cleaning cycle for whatever the reason, it will use arbitrarily 8.2 grams. Now, I will take this to the bank because this guy has apparently recorded meticulously, as I said, all of this information that is actually recorded in the printer driver, firmware, whatever. It is accessible, and you can actually graph this if you so pleased to do. If it really turns you on to have a graph to look at all your ink usage, all your waste ink generation, and so on. And I'm sure it also records the amount of ink that it used to create that particular print. So these pertain only to waste ink. In other words, non-print producing use of ink. So there you go. Interesting, really interesting. If you really want to go over this, I will be glad to post it on the comment section. But I really don't think it's necessary. Just, be aware that the printer does use ink if you keep turning it on and off, okay? And will use ink after a certain number of hours that you do not print, but not to the extent of the 60 hour, 120 hour, and so on. It does have a similar pattern, but it's not quite the same as I originally reported on the lower end pro level printers from Canon. Yeah, so that's it. Since I never turned mine off, I can disregard that first section. And if you also do so, disregard the first section. It will not affect you at all. Only the actual printing, waste ink generation will pertain to me. And I'll repeat those if you would like to hear them again. From 0 to 6 hours, 0 grams. So if you print consecutive prints, it should not do anything extra other than that little wipe of the print head, which uses the 0.05 grams of ink. After 6 hours, uses almost 1 gram, 0.9. 12 hours, 1 gram. 24 hours, 2 grams. 2 days, 2 grams. 3 days, 3.17. And 11 days, 3.3. So, what does that tell you? Print often. That's it. All right. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please subscribe, share, and like as always. Don't forget www.patreon.com/jtoolman if you want to donate via a monthly donation. You can use the support button if you have access to it. Some platforms do not show the support button. That's a one-time single payment through a credit card. It is perfectly safe, believe me. None of the people who have donated have had any problems with it. So if you feel that you gained some information that is valuable to you and saved you some money, please consider supporting the channel in that manner. Of course, please let your ads run that pop up. If you see a click ad that is interesting, related to printing. I just saw one that was about the difference between triple LCD projectors and single LCD projectors, kind of a DLP type projector, and the difference between them. And I actually clicked on that and learned a lot. And then I went back and I watched the rest of the person's video. I earned them some money by doing so. And I also gained some information that was valuable to me. So thank you once again. Please consider doing that. And until the next time, happy printing, everybody. Bye-bye.